I got that on the docket. Do you see the badass Olympic shooter? They're all badasses, bro. I saw a post that was like, every Olympic shooter looks like a Valorant agent and is so real. I didn't even know, like, we have so much hog drip, right? In terms of like shooting drip in the United States of America, in terms of like shooter drip in the United States of America, it's all hog adjacent. It's like tactical, but it's like very lame. And I didn't know that there was an entire fucking lane out there, an entire world out there where like you actually have incredible shooter drip. Motherfuckers are out here looking like Kojimbo bosses, dude. Look at this shit. Look at this shit, dude. Yo, this is crazy. In America, what do we got? We got Duck Dynasty ass fits. You know what I mean? Like all of our shooters either look like, all of our like gear surrounding like lifestyle gear surrounding shooting looks like this, right? It either looks like this or I don't know, like what's a SEAL Team 6 like Gravy Seals fit? Yeah, or just like this, right? By the way, I think this guy literally was at the Virginia Capitol like this past weekend, right? It's always like this shit. It's always just like Gravy Seal shit or Duck Dynasty shit. Sometimes a combination of both. Like, and I never imagined a world where you could have incredible drip like this, like shooting drip. And it's not just her. I mean, the aura coming off of this, like the Olympic shooters, is crazy. Okay? Hideo Kojima will be on a Zoom call with her in 30 days. That's what I'm saying, bro. This is like this is so sick. This is so fucking sick, dude. This one photo shoot. No, the one, there's a couple of them, and I want to show you a couple of them. Here, let's watch this first.
And it's there. It's there. The world record has gone. It was there for nearly 5 years until January this year when Yang Yin came along and broke the world record with 41. And now Kim Ye-ji from Republic of Korea is the new world record holder. What a week it's been for her here in Baku. We can't forget, of course.
Bro, straight up, like, there's a bunch of them. The China shooters cooked us. When I saw the chart, I laughed out loud. Yeah, Olympic shooting target is like the size of a dime. It's actually insane precision. Yeah, I know. It's also insane that like we in America are supposed to be so good and like we're not fucking number one. Like we're not even ranked. Like what the hell? Is that too much? Hacky joke? I mean, it's true. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I won't post it. But yeah, look at this shit. They're pooping on us, bro. They're farting on us. Countries where like guns are just completely fucking banned. How is that possible? How is that fucking possible, dude? Look at her, hands in her pocket for a record shot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she's incredible. There's also, but like, there's more. Does anybody have the also this Russian sharpshooter in the past Olympics? Does anybody have like the photos of all the shooters in a row? Because I saw so much. I saw like a bunch on Twitter. I saw a bunch on Twitter where like they have not just these guns, but also the rifle one too. Is this the one? Yeah, dude, look at this, bro. This is like straight Valorant agent shit, dude. This is crazy. Like this is, these people are out here showing how it can be. Like they literally are pooping and farting on us. They have cooler gear than I didn't even know existed. Like it's just like, it's very frustrating as an American. It's very frustrating as an American to see like how much cooler the shooting garb can get. Reminded that the reason the Olympic ski shooting is gendered is because a Chinese woman cleared all the men so hard it made them look bad, so they gendered it and lowered the bar for the female contestants so they would seem weaker, you know, like they do in every sport. Wait, really? China's rising shooting star Huang Yuting bagged both the individual and team golds in the women's 10-meter air rifle for the Asian Games on Sunday. China wins the first gold medal of the 2024 Olympics in mixed team air rifle shooting. Bro, come on. Look at these outfits, bro. This is crazy. Please don't yell at me. But did you cover Venezuela yet? Just interested in what your take is? No, I haven't, dude. I haven't covered Venezuela yet. I have not. Women are better shots. I mean, in Russia, in the USSR, there was a bunch of fucking women sharpshooters. Women sharpshooters still very much exist in like Kurdish militias too. Like it's not a meme. It's not like DEI or whatever. Like there is definitely a precedent for female snipers throughout history. Like, and they're pretty fucking good. So that does make sense. That's also kind of cool and kind of funny because it's like what did the Republicans say about that? I feel like the Republicans, if they find out that like women are actually pretty decent sharpshooters, they're gonna be so mad. We need to do DEI, brother. Those ultra skins give them 5+ accuracy bonus, not fair pay to win. I agree. We got LeBron, though. New nickname just dropped. Dude, LeBron is Captain America. Captain Lamerica? I mean, I like it. He is Captain America, straight up. It's not a joke. It's 100%. He is Captain America. Fuck it. He's cooler than Captain America. God, this photo I have is saved. I might actually change my background to just this photo. I might be one of those guys for the first time in my life, because I've always had a silly, normal background, like one of those like basic ass backgrounds, and I might actually put this on. Don't say generational glazing, dude. This is one of the coolest photos of all time, bro. Are you fucking joking? He is straight up the GOAT. Come on now. You don't know Ball? Please stop. Dude, I don't need to know Ball to know that he is the greatest of all time. He is the GOAT. Okay? Unsubscribe, La Bum is a fraud. I think you guys are not only white supremacists if you're hating on LeBron right now, but you also hate America. I, on the other hand, have never felt more patriotic in my goddamn life. Okay? Watching LeBron go coast to coast on like a Serbian 6'4" basketball prospect is one of the fucking coolest things. Okay? It's just like, it makes me feel like, God damn it, he deserves it. He deserves the title of Captain Lamerica because he is Captain Lamerica. He is. He's incredible. He's phenomenal. He's the GOAT. I also love Anthony Edwards just having the time of his fucking life. I really like him a lot. I think it's like watching him at the ping pong game after talking about how after Steph Curry said, Anthony, you can these ladies will smoke you. Just he's having the time of his life in Paris, dude. He's the man. He's so awesome. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. How do you not feel some type of way, dude? What will you say when the U.S. loses versus South Sudan? Honestly, South Sudan is awesome. It's a fucking phenomenal story. If that happens, it happens, you know? People taking NBA bias into the Olympics is cringe as fuck. Yeah, how the fuck do you have no sense of loyalty to your country? Y'all are that white supremacists that you just hate LeBron that much that you just like end up hating America? Because I will get gross. I will get gross and sweaty about it so quick, your head will spin. You'll be like, Hasan, you've talked about 800 military bases. Like, shut the fuck up, you stupid commie. Are you fucking kidding me? It's LeGoat playing right now, okay? That's LeGoat. By God, that is LeGoat's music, okay? Do you hear that? Do you hear the drums of liberation? Shut the fuck up. Oh my God. Imagine carrying your silly ass, petty ass NBA biases into this conversation. Imagine carrying your white supremacist opinion, denying LeBron GOAT status when you know it to be true. All that socialist shit out the window when Braun is dunking on Serbians? Yes, dude. Straight up. Anyway. Aiden Ross trying to pivot now that he realized grifting isn't for him. What is this? Literally, it's 100,000 unhinged weirdos in that fucking community. Aiden Ross called out his community for how they treat a sketch. Bro, what do you mean? Bro, you literally were belting out the F slur on a regular fucking basis. Like, what? He says he's joking. 5 seconds later, oh, they clip chimped him. Emma is already on it with a Tim Pool ratio fan cam.
And strong, high testosterone with beautiful teeth and all that stuff. You know, life's not fair. Nice beard, chiseled jaw, thick full head of hair, tall man.
If hot women won't have sex with ugly men, then why did my mom have sex with HasanAbi? That's a wild thing to say, because not only did you say I'm ugly, but you also said your mom is hot, which is weird.
There are some men who are just beautiful and strong.
Yeah, I need to post like a sexy ass photo to posterize Tim Pool's idiotic tweet, by the way. Anyway, we talked about Olympic drip. We talked about all this shit. It's dope. It's dope as hell. We talked about how, you know, China and South Korea are just farting on us in terms of shooting drip and also shooting skill. It's actually unacceptable the way that they're just fucking so much better than us at our own game. Why are your delts so developed? Holy. I don't know. Anyway, here we're blasting off. Either you're real gold or Pyrex. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to post the fucking Creator Clash where I'm looking brolic as shit. That's the one I'm going to post. What is this, Tim Pool? World's worst guesser? This 1 hour and 44 minutes of Tim Pool. I might just fucking watch this, honestly, because he deserves a little bit of smoke. Hold on. I'm going to post this shit. Hold on. I'm going to post I got to posterize our boy real quick. He's feeling real confident with this 13,000 likes on this shit. Masculine progressive is an oxymoron. I'm just going to say sure, bud. And then just post this.
Say that.
Where is it? Where'd it go? What do we think? Don't listen to the chatters and ignore Tim's bullshit. Flexing your body / muscles to prove something is very cringe and immature, not gonna lie. Okay, well, I'm fucking cringe and immature then. Like, what do you mean? Like, shut up, nerd. Yo, blast this shit. Like, what's the... Why do you think I hit the gym, nerd? To be healthy? Okay, fine. That's one reason. But it's also to flex on my fucking haters. You feel me? Like, what? I should be flexing more frequently, in my opinion. I need to... This is like figuratively shoving Tim Pool's baby ass in a goddamn locker. Okay? Flex reading the Bible and accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior. Yeah. Why didn't you use one of the cool picks, though? What do you mean? This is a fine-ass pick. No longer a Hasan Twitter account. They're taking your swag.
On them.
I saw this.
On them?
It's spelled on them. But it sounds
How,
like
is, how is our mother's name spelled? Tell us.
Oh, on them.
On them.
On them. Sick de la vorige rugge.
I would never say that to my mom.
Are we good at streaming?
That's all we know how to do.
Kaya, place.
Dude, Israel bombed South Beirut city center and Hezbollah is about to retaliate. I thought you'd be ballistic right now. Yeah, dude.
Oh, what we should do, we should open a Hasan video and walk away.
On them.
On there.
Smart.
On there.
That's what I do. Yeah. Aussie's using your outro as a placeholder outro. Yeah, I miss the boys. They can't be doing fucking streaming, Twitch streaming while simultaneously not being here though. It's like kind of fucked up. You know, I miss them. They had feet cam. Oh my God, they're so much better than me. Oh, fuck off, man. I told you that multiple times. Why'd you respond to that chatter instead? Wait, what? Important info on Bashar. I saw that. You were getting cooked in YouTube comments for disagreeing with my take about Kamala's cringe TikToks. They're fucking YouTube comments. You think this is any kind of victory for you, Jojanite? It's, if anything, it 100% goes, it 100% proves once again precisely what I've been saying. You know what I mean? You just, you really came here and you thought, yes, just like when I told you to start watching Godzilla -1 in theaters and you said, nah. No, but just like when I told you that at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break and you thought you could bait me with a triple bait. Okay. And also I haven't watched Godzilla -1 yet. I still haven't watched it. I watched like parts of it and it was good, but I haven't finished it yet. Anyway, but what you need to be finishing is the process of subscription right now at the top of the hour. Okay, we need the ratio, Tim Pool, by the way. This is crazy. We only got 3K likes on this shit. Come on now. But like I said, at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do that for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, where you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Thank you, Themasius, for the playlist. We are going to be talking about Israel targeting the Hezbollah chief in Beirut strike. Hey, any suggestions on a good couch? It's for a friend. Is it for JD? Because I don't know what the most fuckable couch is, honestly. by the way, the doctor who examined him concluded he suffered injuries he couldn't have inflicted on himself. The reservists were detained in connection with abuses of prisoners that included sexual assault and rape, Israeli media outlets reported. Wow. Wow. Yeah, the protesters literally arrived as a pro-rape protest. Okay? Just for the record, this was a pro-rape protest. Like, there is no ifs, ands, or buts. It's wild to me that this Barack Ravid article, he is like one of the most reliable sources in Western media for IDF related issues. Okay. Like, it wasn't like this is a contested situation where they're like, did it happen? Did it not happen? Like, it literally happened. There's eyewitnesses. And the reason why the government had to take action is because there's currently an active ICC trial happening. Okay? So, in order to use the principle of complementarity as a shield to try and thwart efforts from international organs of justice to claim that they're actually like going through a legal process themselves, they literally arrested and detained. They tried to detain 9 soldiers. Okay? 9 fucking soldiers. Benjamin Netanyahu's own party, in an emergency Knesset meeting that was held, openly said it's okay for soldiers to rape Palestinian prisoners in detention. Like, literally, they said it's justifiable. There were members in Benjamin Netanyahu's governing coalition, Knesset members, okay, that were at these fucking protests. The protests were actively to try and let these soldiers go. They wanted them released. They stormed the facility where they were being held. Okay? Israeli lawmaker defends alleged rape of Hamas prisoners as far-right protesters rage over IDF troops' detention. There are no arguments here. I'm telling you, man, they're doing freak shit. And they're getting freakier by the fucking day. Erdogan said we'll go to Israel like we went to Libya and Karabakh. What do you think, bro? Do you think Turkey should get involved? First of all, Turkey will not get involved. I would be very shocked if Turkey did that. I think Erdogan is just trying to fucking flex. That's it. The lawyers are also claiming self-defense. You thought you were making a joke, but this is actually what they're arguing. The investigation into the soldiers was launched after a detained terror suspect was brought from the base to a hospital with signs of serious abuse, including to his anus. He was arrested by the IDF in the Gaza Strip several weeks ago. The right-wing Hanenu legal aid organization, which is representing 4 of the reserve soldiers, claimed on Monday that its clients acted in self-defense in the incident. Yep. Dude, it's one of those self-defense rapes, dude. Anyway, yeah. We'll get to that. But before we do, let's start the day off with some domestic stuff, okay? Some domestic news. Trump forces the demise of Project 2025 and his mastermind. We're going to be talking about that. They're getting actively very comfortable about it. And also, Republicans are being weird. Tim Pool being weird about Republicans. I'm a liberal. It's hard to find masculine men to date. This is an article from fucking June 9th. Tim Pool goes, masculine progressive is an oxymoron. Okay? The notion that, like this right here is exactly what I mean. Okay? This type of shit is weird, brother or sister. Like, oh yeah, let's go. You said white power. Okay? Like, that's odd. You're being weird. I don't think you understand it, though. I don't think you'll ever understand it. Even this is also another one. Left winger Hasan Piker is soft babe with low-key daddy vibes. Right winger Sam Hyde is my father. Mexican guy who saw Rush Hour for the first time. Check it, Chan. It's so funny. Like, that's an old-ass tweet. But even then, it's just like, even invoking this fucking weird, like, Nazi pedo's name is like an odd thing. Most people don't know who these people are. Most people don't know who I am. Okay? They just don't know. But before we get to the Republicans being weird shit, here's some massive gains. TW Amtrak onboard workers just won the largest raises in Amtrak history, with wages rising 34%. Amtrak workers are a critical part of our nation's transportation system. This contract advances their economic security and includes quality of life wins. Okay? There it is. That's number one. Number two. Where the fuck is it? Hold on. I had it here somewhere. $6 an hour pay increase at Disney. That is $12,000 a year for full-timers. That's an increase of $12,000 per year for full-timers. 14,000 Disneyland workers just won a 31% raise after threatening to strike. It's their biggest ever wage increase. Most workers will see $6.10 hour bump, and minimum pay is rising to $24 an hour this year. Strike threats work. Hot labor summer in action. You guys literally saw one of the union members on the stream when we went to Disneyland Gay Night. She was the one who gave us access from the other side to the Indiana Jones ride. Hillary. Another one of you guys came up to me afterwards as well, after the stream was over, to talk about the union efforts. So, yeah, I know there's a fucking Democratic donor billionaire that wants to fire Lena Khan. That guy can suck me, okay? Costco workers in Norfolk, Virginia have also authorized a strike in a near unanimous vote. They've been trying to negotiate a first contract for 8 months, and Costco won't bargain. Okay? Costco Teamsters nationwide are gearing up for contract negotiations next month. The national contract covering 18,000 Costco workers expires January 2025. So that's some good news on that front as well. But yeah. Also, Dick Cerdo hit me with we weren't familiar with your game, Hasan, which is kind of wild. I've never been glazed by Dick Cerdo. The fan base is still going crazy over it and going 6'4" should be getting higher than that. I mean, it's off. It's literally, that wasn't like my full jump, but yeah, my vertical is not great, but he's so cringe, better than Bronny. Oh, you were the other Churro 9028 was the other employee at Disney. Here's the Knesset meeting. I already covered it yesterday. You're hitting a layup, not a dunk. Yeah, it's a layup putback. It's not a dunk. But, people that don't know how to play basketball are going to have some opinions regardless. Did I cover the top of the hour ad read or no? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. 12 minutes ago, as a matter of fact. All right. Well, we're moving on. Yeah, we're going to get to Venezuela news. There's a funny one here. There's a funny update here. Urgente, el comunista gringo Hasan Hinkel está en Venezuela para lavarle la cara al régimen asesino de Nicolás Maduro. En ex pueblo de Venezuela, identifíquenlo y denle una calurosa bienvenida como los venezolanos sabemos hacerlo con los amigos del tirano Maduro, says Eduardo Menoni. Never do that again. Okay. I do like the El Comunista Gringo, Hasan Hinkel. Did you see the update on the Trump shooter? Yeah, I did. Okay. Harris campaign reacts to Project 2025 head stepping down. We'll talk about the Project 2025 drama happening on the Republican Party side in a second. I'm going to skip the Israel stuff first and then and Venezuela stuff first and start off with domestic politics. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper has withdrawn from the Harris VP consideration.
Developments in Vice President Kamala Harris's search for a running mate. One of the leading candidates has taken himself out of the running as speculation grows about her pick. Nancy Cordes is at the White House with the details. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning, Vlad. That's right. And it's someone who was seen as a leading contender from a battleground state. It's North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper. And I was told he took himself out of the running because of politics within his state. More on that in a minute. But there still is a large field being considered for VP, and many of them were out on the campaign trail yesterday.
Vice President Harris has been battle-tested.
Hitting the campaign trail in his home state of Pennsylvania, Governor Josh Shapiro, a top VP contender, rallied the troops against Donald Trump.
The chaos that he injected into our lives, we don't want to go back to that, gang. We don't want to go back to that. Hell no, right?
Several other VP contenders joined a massive fundraising Zoom call last night. It was billed as White Dudes for Harris and raised more than $4 million.
Donald Trump's unfitness for office is clear.
How often?
White Dudes for Harris is like, I don't know what the fuck the Democratic Party is doing, man. Austin, you hit a fucking omega lol, except I didn't see your ass in the White Dudes for Harris call. I feel like this is exactly your lane here. You're libbed up. You're a white dude. You're fucking for Mamala. You're feeling the Mamala-mentum. I didn't see your ass on that fucking Zoom call. I was there, of course. I was there raising funds.
In 100 days, you get to change the trajectory of the world.
North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper spoke on the call, too, even as the news broke that he had taken himself out of the running for VP. A source familiar with his thinking says Cooper was concerned that North Carolina's controversial lieutenant governor, Republican Mark Robinson, would, quote, cause chaos whenever Cooper left the state to campaign.
We know that this country needs Kamala Harris more than ever right now.
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer told CBS Mornings that she asked not to be considered either.
I'm going to stay as governor until the end of my term at the end of 2026. So
you have
I am
not
not
been
a part of the vetting.
But another Michigander, Senator Gary Peters, may be getting a look at the urging of organized labor.
Vice President Harris has a lot of great candidates to look at, and we respect the process.
The Harris campaign has said she's looking for a governing partner who has the experience to step into the job and be effective on day one.
They are creating an anti-family and anti-child society.
President Trump defended his own VP pick, Senator J.D. Vance, Monday after Vance said people should pay more in taxes as punishment if they don't have children.
He's not against anything.
I fucking love these. I love these hits, dude. Hit after hit with JD. Our boy is cooking, okay? Linked to numerous Project 2025 partner organizers, may have fucked the couch, can't confirm nor deny. Weird shit about dolphins, don't really understand that part either. Obviously super wishy-washy, been a liberal most of his fucking life, prominently. VC guy, has a mountain of Oppo research, looks gross, has a beard, which is like an L, wears guy liner pretty aggressively. Don't know why he does that. Adult convert to Catholicism, immediate red flag. Like immediate red flag. Obsessed with making sure that, you know, parents stay in relationships, like an advocate for an anti no fault divorce advocate, which is wild. Like, consistently has talked to every fucking right-wing Groyper podcaster about how, you know, women that don't have children ain't shit and they should get back into the kitchen to cook up babies. He's just so bad. He is so bad across the board. He is so gross. Everybody fucking hates him in Ohio. Think about that. Think about how awful you have to be that people living in Ohio are like, that's awkward. That's going to be a yikes for me. Don't really want to. A male TikToker allegedly went on a date with JD Vance after meeting on a gay dating website before he changed his name. I wonder why. He says Vance gave off serial killer vibes and has a sock fetish. Yeah, I don't know about this. Come on now. I mean, that's just like, anybody can say some shit. And while everyone is celebrating Andy Bashar, source in Kentucky informs you that Governor Andy Bashar has gotten additional security detail protection, which is a sign of good news. There's also some bad news. There's something that I did not know in Andy Bashar's background that I'm kind of upset about, that Zaid Jilani brought forward, that Central Committee Michael from Pennsylvania is also talking about in the chat, because he wanted to flex on me because Bashar was my guy, whereas Michael from Pennsylvania was a big time JB Pritzker boy. I'm a JB Pritzker boy as well. I'm Pritz out for Pritzker as well. But he's posting in here, flexing, being like, see, this your boy. And he's also a Waltz warrior too, which is funny because, like, God, I hope that isn't true. I'm really against him. For the record, I also like Waltz as well. I like Waltz. I like Pritzker. These guys I would not be upset about at all. I just think that my pick was Andy Bashar. I did not know this. It's from 2021. Maybe the calculation has changed a lot. But, like, they're calling him a friend of Amy Teresi. Wait, what? Wait, oh my God, maybe he did actually go on a date with him.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What? Wait, what the fuck? Oh my God, dude, if JD Vance is actually gay, or at least like bi or questioning, oh my God, what an awful pick for Trump. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh my God, it's Gay D Vance, dude. Oh my God, it's Gay D Vance. Oh my God. First ever all gay ticket for the Republicans. They're pushing boundaries again. Remember, first ever Republican president was a bisexual man, Abraham Lincoln. And the last ever Republican president and the vice president might literally be, photos cropped. Okay, I'll look into the fucking TikToker thing now. God damn it. I didn't know Ludwig and Slime met JD. Bro, what is he doing? Okay. I think it's more likely that Trump is ace. Yeah, Trump is ace, but like I think he is like bisexual adjacent. I mean, he's talked about kissing boys, dude. I'm sorry. Like, too many fucking times. Too many times. Okay. Adult convert to, I mean, he wouldn't be the first nor the last gay man to do adult convert to Catholicism. Didn't Rod Dreher literally do that? And he's gay as fuck. Like, he is so goddamn gay. Holy shit. Or wait, no, he actually was Catholic and then like converted, I think. I think he was Catholic and then converted to like Greek Orthodox. Adult convert. Wait, Rod Dreher is gay? Did you just say, wait, Rod Dreher is gay? Did you just ask me if this man is gay? Who literally went to Hungary to hang out with young men? Are you for real? Where's the fucking, there it is. You're saying like, do you think this man is, this is what you're saying? You're asking me? Didn't he perform an exorcism on his wife? I feel like there was a Chapo episode on it. Yeah, he did. I think they also broke up. Anyway, let's continue.
But he loves family.
Or no, that was his friend. That was Rod Dreher's friend did an exorcism on his wife. Rod Dreher didn't do it.
And new this morning, the Harris campaign has launched their first media ad buy. Their first ad just about her. It's worth $50 million across battleground states, and it's being aired ahead of the Democratic National Convention. We also learned that Harris will have a special guest in Atlanta today. That's rapper Megan Thee Stallion, who announced that she'll join the vice president at her rally in the battleground state.
That's pretty fire. I mean, not gonna lie, that's
Vice President.
Okay. Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to name VP pick by August 7th. So she's actually going to pop off before the convention.
President Kamala Harris hits the campaign trail.
It's probably a solid choice in my opinion to do it before the convention. That way then you get one media hit there, then you get another media boost after the convention. These are pretty solid. These are pretty solid moves. What about Bashar? You completely skipped that. I'm going to get back to it, man. Hold on. Hold the fucking door. Hold the fucking phone. We're literally moving on to Kamala Harris's VP pick as a story. This is the time. This is where I'm going to talk about it. Okay? Holy fuck, dude. Holy moly. Calm the fuck down. Jesus Christ. Relax. So fucking impatient. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Okay.
Harris expected to announce her number 2 by August 7th. Potentials like Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro are out stumping for Harris and auditioning.
Please not Bashar, Pete, Shapiro, or Kelly. Wait, what? Why not Bashar on there? You can't put Andy Bashar on the same wavelength as Pete Buttigieg, Josh Shapiro, or Mark Kelly. Like, Andy Bashar has had significantly better policy positions than all of those other people in terms of like being in the diametrical opposite front, in terms of being pro-union, pro-labor, anti-charter school. These were the reasons why I was rooting for him, beyond the fact that he is a deep red state governor that is the most popular governor in the fucking nation, most popular Democratic governor in the fucking nation, who has who has a Republican supermajority in his state legislature, unlike Walz, who has been carried by the Democratic Party apparatus in his own state. Okay? Walz was the most normal on the uncommitted vote. Governor Walz says Minnesota's 45,000. No, you're right about that. He did say that. He actually had a really good take on this specifically. He had the take. He had the best take. I showed this as well. Central Committee fucking hates him. I don't think Mike hates him. Bashar? No, I just say that as a joke. But there is additional stuff on Bashir in terms of like his like weird ass Israel takes that I was not privy to all the way back from 2021, where he adopted the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism, which I think is like unacceptable, obviously. And he was like years ahead on that front. There's also the tax thing. The Democratic governor signs GOP-backed tax in Kentucky. But once again, this could be chalked up to the right-wing legislature. Republican-backed tax cut bill saying he hopes it provides relief for Kentucky struggling with consumer prices amid stubbornly high inflation. Bashar's action on the measure, which lower the state's individual income tax rate, comes after the proposal drew Democratic opposition as it moved through the GOP-dominated legislature. But he has literally been a fucking veto Andy. So he could have easily vetoed this as well, even though he went along with it. Okay? Not only did he go along with it, but he also said he hopes that this will help with the, like, he endorsed it. The governor is facing a tough re-election campaign this year in a Republican trend in Kentucky, announced in a social media video that he was signing the tax cut measure. I hope as we get through this period where, again, groceries cost too much, that this helps everybody out there at least a little bit. The governor's action ended days of suspense over whether he would sign or veto the measure. A top Senate Republican openly dared the governor to veto the bill as the Senate debated the bill. Responding to the governor's bill signing decision Friday, the state GOP accused Bashar of trying to take credit for the Republican-backed policies. This is one of the only policies where he has aligned himself with the Republican Party. He's pretty straightforward on fighting for both social issues on the progressive front and even economic policies on the progressive front as well. To be fair, they have a veto-proof majority, but still should have vetoed it out of principle. Yeah, he's been doing that. That's what I'm saying. Bashar on campus campaign stop met with pro-Palestinian protesters during a campaign stop on UK's campus. Bashir was promoting early voting as a part of his bus tour outside of Gatton Student Center today. Protesters held up the Palestinian flag signs that read Free Palestine. Another read that 11,211 civilians murdered, 4,553 children murdered. When Bashir's speech came to a close, the group began chanting Free, Free Palestine and continued when Bashir shook hands and took pictures with the students. Emma Curtis, president of the Fayette County Young Democrats, said she questions the effectiveness of showing up to an event and suggesting that Bashir has acted out of turn in regards to the conflict. I understand the fear and frustration that the Palestinian community in Kentucky is feeling right now, Curtis said. However, I don't think that Governor Bashir is in any particular position power to do anything to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The country has freedom of speech in the First Amendment, and they have every right to be here. So I fully support their right to be here, but question the efficacy of their methods, Curtis said. This is a developing story, and the Colonel will update. I see a lot of POC say they don't want to vote for Kamala because she locked a lot of black men up. Is there any convincing them to vote? Wait, what? Also, he created an anti-Semitism task force. This is correct. He did do that, which is fucking bullshit. We're never going to agree with the candidate 100%. No. This is, and Michael from Pennsylvania, also known as Central_Committee, is absolutely correct on this issue. Okay? Him and I are in 100% agreement on this issue in terms of Josh Shapiro's takes on specifically Palestinian protesters. I think that's a massive L. The bigger L in terms of domestic policy for me, with the way that I analyze Josh Shapiro's positions, is his backing of, in a state like Pennsylvania, his backing of a Republican bill pushing for charter schools. That is my red line. Okay? And part of the reason why I liked Bashir, whatever, is specifically because he is anti-charter school and has aggressively shot down charter school measures. Like over and over again, he is pro-labor. Charter schools are not just on the issue of school choice, no matter how Republicans try to present it. Charter schools are anti-union, okay? This is another way for the Republican Party to try to attack unions. Yeah, this was a massive L for me. This was my red line for me with respect to Josh Shapiro's positions. I think that in terms of foreign policy, all of these fucking Democrat governors and most Democratic Party members in general are always going to be adopting the party line, especially if we're looking at like earlier stuff, pre-October 7, 2023. Most of the Democratic Party is just like unconditional loyalty to the state of Israel. If you say anything about Israel, fuck you, you're going to jail, okay? To a certain degree. And we're going to give Israel multiple guillions of dollars. Post October 7, 2023, depending on how close we are to today, the Democratic Party has dramatically shifted their positions on this issue. Think about it this way. You have a shit ton of Democrats in both the Senate and the House of Representatives that didn't even go to the fucking Benjamin Netanyahu speech on partisan lines. That is a big change. They almost doubled the numbers of people who did not attend the speech from the last time Benjamin Netanyahu sidestepped President Barack Obama and was invited by just the Republicans at that time to attend Congress and deliver a speech to both the House and the Senate. So that, in my mind, shows a legitimate change in attitude overall. Having said that, however, this does not give me any confidence whatsoever. Bashir creating an anti-Semitism task force post-October 7 is, and here's more details on it as well, while simultaneously, all the way back in 2021, all the way back in 2021, doing an adoption of the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism is bad, is really fucking bad. Israeli diplomat thanking Andy Bashar for pushing Kentucky to adopt a definition of anti-Semitism that includes a broad swath of criticism of Israel. If you guys recall, I talked about this before. Okay? Kentucky to become the first U.S. state to adopt the IHRA definition of anti-Semitism. It is an internationally agreed classification of anti-Semitism, which also provides examples of how anti-Semitism too often plays out in all realms of public life. The IHRA anti-Semitism bill is a unimaginable misstep. Like, it's not even a misstep. It's just like completely unacceptable. It's so fucking unacceptable. It's so unacceptable that the person who wrote for the IHRA the definition of anti-Semitism himself retracted the definition and said this must not be used for legislation. Think about that. The guy who fucking wrote it was like, you cannot use this for legislation. Like, you're out of your fucking mind. Okay? I'm sorry, but did you actually think Bashir was going to be good on Gaza? No. I would at least expect him to be a little bit more progressive. A little bit closer to like at least like the liberal Zionist position. You know what I mean? Because the most you can expect from a middle of the road Dem, especially from a fucking red state, is that they will be at least somewhat more reasonable, like Waltz has been. Like, this take right here is unimaginably solid. Okay? This is it. This is the take. Waltz recognizes the demographics in his own state. He understands exactly what's going on in his own fucking primaries. Okay? He has openly stated this, not just in NPR News, but also on MSNBC and CNN. Okay? Now, having said that, however, it's not like Waltz is great on the issue of pro-Palestinian demonstrators anyway. He's not. None of these guys are. It's a matter of how bad do they get? Okay? It's a matter of how bad do they fucking get on the issue of Palestine. Okay? This at least is a genuine recognition. This at least is a genuine recognition that the situation is untenable at the time during the uncommitted voting campaigns. Waltz called the National Guard on George Floyd protests. Yeah, of course. And not only that, but I think he also did a bunch of shit to Palestinian protesters as well. Hold on. Let me look this up. 14 protesters calling on Waltz to divest from Israel, cited for trespassing at his residence. Hold on. That's one, but there was more, I'm pretty sure. Hold up. Let me see this. That's not it. Like, he's at least been, it seems like he's at least been more quiet about it in terms of, he's at least been more quiet about it in terms of like not chirping or even actively saying like, this is bad for the election and you have to change it. Like, you have to change course. But yeah, he did activate the National Guard in response to the George Floyd protests in Minneapolis. All right. I agree with what you're saying, but don't you think we need to keep Dems in the governor position that would most likely flip? Obviously not talking about Pennsylvania here. Wait, what? What's the problem with Pete Buttigieg other than being another minority gay, being part of the current government? Liberals are so funny. Like, no, Pete Buttigieg being gay is not a problem. Okay? The fuck? Like, not even electorally. But it's pretty funny that, like, liberals only operate on these calculations. No, just because he's a good speaker doesn't mean he gets to be the fucking vice president. Okay? Like, he is a McKinsey consultant. He speaks good, but that's it. So if they're both pro-Israel, then Bashar is better than Waltz, in my opinion? No. Bashar is worse than Waltz in terms of his statements about anti-Semitism or Israel in general, in terms of his actions about Israel. And Waltz is literally better than Bashir in terms of pushing an economically progressive agenda. Okay? However, there is a significant difference between Bashir and Waltz. Waltz operates with a Democrat majority state legislature. Waltz or Bashir, on the other hand, has a Republican supermajority, a veto-proof supermajority in the Kentucky state legislature. Now, while Waltz's majority is slim, it doesn't matter. With that slim majority, they've done a fucking unimaginable number of good things for the state. And I've covered it extensively. Okay? I've covered it extensively. They are the method. The problem, however, is that the calculation changes dramatically. Completely unrelated, but since we're on the VP talk, I wasn't around in 2016. What was the reason for Hillary literally picking Tim Kaine for her VP? Boring white guy. It's true that Waltz flipped back the state leg when he won his re-election. He did a ton of stuff, which is likely what DC will be like. He has the confidence to push for progressive policy with slim margins, which is what we need. I agree. I like Waltz. I would not hate a Waltz push at all. Okay? I don't think it's bad. Sorry, not Waltz. I do. I like Pritzker as well. I want a fighter. The reason why I like Bashir is because he is a fighter in general. Like, he's uncompromising on a lot of shit. A lot of shit that matters. Hold on. What is happening here? The problem with Pete being gay is that it defeats the straight white guy strategy. No, that's fine. Pete doesn't read gay. It's fine. Like, that's not the issue with Pete. Pete is a bloodless sociopath and a McKinsey consultant. Okay? What's more important, having good progressive values or delivering a key swing state? Having good progressive values. That's the easiest answer of all time. Having good progressive values and being known as a fighter that is uncompromising literally will deliver states for you. Anyway. But yeah. Where was I? All right, let's look at the contenders on this article, and then we'll go one by one.
For the job.
Vice President Harris has been battle tested. She's not only ready, she's damn ready. And you know who else knows she's ready?
HasanAbi watches Central Committee confirmed. Lol, I love it. What are you talking about? He's in here right now. I'm talking to him directly.
Donald Trump knows she's ready. And you know how I know this? Because he's afraid to debate her now.
Donald Trump this morning still waffling on his agreement to debate in September, but insisting overnight that he's not afraid.
Chatters are weird as fuck. Not only is Mike in here, but also you motherfuckers love trying to spark drama between us too, like all the time. When Mike has a position that's like even like 0.1% different than mine, you come in here and you carry it in here and you go, oh, Michael actually disagrees with you. You have to address this right now because you guys are fucking brain broken and stupid. Okay? It's so dumb. It's the puppet master effect. Yeah, it's like Twitch watchers can't fucking stop themselves. Like, it's their worst instinct and they always lean on it.
If you're going to have a debate, you got to do it, I think, before the votes are cast. I think it's very important that you do that. So the answer is yes, but I can also make a case for not doing it.
But privately, his running mate, J.D. Vance, admitting to donors over the weekend that running against Harris instead of President Biden is more challenging, according to audio.
Pete worked for McKinsey for like a year post-graduation. Crazy how some folks are perpetually harping on this, like it was a Mitt Romney being the CEO of Bain. Yeah, in his 1 year of working for McKinsey post-graduation, he still worked on a fucking company that was actively fixing bread prices in terms of his, analyst position in Canada. So it's cool that he was able to. It's cool that he was able to really fucking make an impact that way. Oh my God.
Video obtained by the Washington Post.
All of us were hit with a little bit of a political sucker punch. The bad news is that Kamala Harris does not have the same baggage as Joe Biden because whatever we might say, Kamala Harris is a lot younger, and Kamala Harris is obviously not struggling in the same ways that Joe Biden did.
Out on the trail, Harris summing up her opponents in just one word, calling them out as weird.
And you may have noticed Donald Trump has been resorting to some wild.
I refuse people in this community like Pete. It's not even sock thems. We have straight up CNN libs. No, it's people. It's people that don't have any kind of like real world view. That is like solidly grounded. I think it just comes from people reacting to the aesthetics. Pete is very good on camera. And in a very nerdy way too. In a way that really like autistic politics enjoyers like ourselves in this community love. Okay? They love that shit. It's just so funny to fucking be in the bag for a dude who was the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, who was elevated to transportation secretary because he's like the Democratic Party's, he is a Democratic Party operative through and through, a rugged neoliberal through and through, who has like no real positions or whatever, but he reads well on camera, so people love him. He's like, oh, he's such a handsome man. Everybody turns into like 65-year-old Deborah's watching CNN when it comes to aesthetics, okay? He's just good. He's good in interviews, and that's it. That's all these people care about. They're like, oh, but imagine if Pete Buttigieg was just like intelligently cook in the vice presidential debate and like destroy JD Vance. It's like, bitch, destroy JD Vance? Are you fucking kidding me? He is JD Vance. He's just more charismatic JD Vance, which is obviously not saying too much because JD Vance is the least charismatic motherfucker on the planet. Like, no. He got the job as transportation secretary because Obama made a fucking call. Yeah, he's straight JD Vance, dude. JD Vance is gay. Pete is straight. He's the straight version of Gady Vance. What am I doing? All right, let's just continue.
Lies about my record and some of what he and his running mate are saying. Well, it's just plain weird.
And she's leaning into the issue she hopes will define the choice facing voters come November, abortion rights. Speaking out against the new 6-week abortion ban that went into effect in Iowa Monday, placing the blame squarely.
Gramscian wine mom. What a perfect time. What perfect timing. Gramscian wine mom gifted 5 gifted subs, both at the top of the hour, but also gifted subs right as we were talking about Pete Buttigieg, which is funny because Pete Buttigieg's father is literally the guy who translated Gramsci's works to English. So he was also, he was a bit of a Marxist. Both Pete and Kamala have Marxist parents. Being a wine mom, I suspect that you would be very much in the pocket for Pete. Gets nothing rubbed off. Dude, nothing can rub off on this man. You got yelled at in 2020 for calling Pete Buttigieg, and now you're going to get yelled at for calling JD gay full circle. Yeah. Austin laughing at white dudes for Harris, but tweeted this 3 hours ago. Wow. Spittin' Nichols, thank you for the 521 gifts to subs as well. Reminding me that at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. I forgot to run it, and I'm going to now. But that's right. At the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, unless you get gifted a sub, in which case you don't have to personally subscribe. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Chatters are simping for this guy. Florida is the most insane fucking state, dude. I don't want to even cover Florida. I feel like it's on a different planet, and Ohio is next on that front too. Okay? With protests flaring in the state and nationwide, with some turning violent overnight, Kentucky Governor Andy Bashar on Thursday affirmed his call for State Attorney General Daniel Cameron to release evidence of the fatal police shooting in Breonna Taylor. Yeah, he did this shit too. In 2020 elections, Florida minimum wage was more popular than Trump and Biden. Yeah, I know. And also, felon vote restoration was more popular than both. Do you understand? Florida is just insane. Please don't bring up Florida numbers on anything. It is not replicable in any other part of the country. They are on fucking crack cocaine out there. Every single person, I don't know what the fuck they got in the Florida water, but every single goddamn person in Florida is the most insane fucking person on the planet. Okay? That's it. It's weird as fuck. And I lived there. I'm telling you. Okay? I don't know what it is. It's meth in the water or some shit. I don't know. Harris wipes out Trump's lead in battleground states in the Bloomberg poll that just came out. Michigan at 53% for Harris, 42% for Trump. Arizona at 49% for Harris, 47% for Trump. Nevada at 47% for Harris, 45% for Trump. I've never felt more vindication in my entire fucking life for actively telling you that this would happen, and it literally did. And every single motherfucker in the chat was chirping at me like, oh, but like, isn't it too late? Well, not every single motherfucker, but the Brandon Dead Enders were in the chat being like, oh, well, isn't it too late to do a swap out? Georgia goes into a tie with Harris at 47, Trump at 47. North Carolina, Donald Trump is at 48 and Harris is at 46. People were incredibly upset about how old Biden was. That was a major issue for Biden. Okay? Honeymoon cupcake polls, those numbers will go down. Those numbers will go down if Kamala Harris doesn't use this momentum to her advantage. Okay? And part of that absolutely has to be changing course on a bunch of things that separates her from Biden. If it's just like she needs to stay on message when it comes to economic policies that Biden was advocating for, all that stuff was really good. Okay? Maybe push even harder. Straight up. But in terms of like Israel Palestine, which by the way, these numbers in Michigan will go down if she comes out and swings in the direction of Israel. Okay? Especially in times where, yeah, here it is. IDF top Hezbollah commander Fouad Shukr was killed in the airstrike in Beirut. They said this is coming out just now. But I thought that Hezbollah did not confirm it. So we'll see. Like, when the situation in Lebanon is reaching a crisis point and it's boiling up, you need to understand, in terms of Biden's immigration policy, she needs to at least like change the trajectory, change the message. Hezbollah sources, according to Al Jazeera, and this was at 12:30, so I don't know, but Hezbollah sources say that Mohsen Shukr, Israel's intended target, has survived the airstrike, so we'll see if that's the case or not. But regardless, is this another Al Shiva hospital moment? I don't know. I don't know what has happened yet. I'm waiting. Okay? But if Kamala Harris comes out and swings for Israel, the numbers in Michigan will change a little bit. Like, obviously, there's plenty of voters in Michigan that were not interested in Joe Biden due to his age, due to the way he presents himself, but there's still a large enough constituency that is actually looking to see what she will say and do about Israel. Okay? There is a large enough constituency in Michigan that wants to understand what Kamala Harris is going to say and do about Israel. And apparently it seems like VP Harris says Israel has the right to defend itself against a terrorist organization like Hezbollah. That being said, we still must work on a diplomatic solution to end the fighting, which is like basically just Joe Biden shit. I mean, it's just Joe Biden 2.0 so far. It comes down to whether Americans will be swayed by the aesthetics of progress in the form of a black woman that is much younger than Joe Biden, okay? Or if they genuinely want change. The aesthetics does work. Marketing does work. What do you mean if she has and will continue to support Israel? I know. It's a matter of what her support for Israel looks like. I don't know what this model is. I don't understand it. New model from Nate Silver. Electoral college probability with Trump 61%. Popular vote 53% goes to Kamala Harris. How do I explain to leftists that are hard on voting that I won't vote for her unless her stances in Israel change? I don't know why you just constantly try to find yourself at odds with other people where you like have to explain your positions. I genuinely don't get it. Like, ultimately, I don't know what this conversation, like, I don't know how people have to have this conversation. Maybe it's weird, but like, maybe I just don't have a lot of fucking like diehard liberals or diehard leftists even on that front that are constantly being like, what are your takes on this? Are you in the pocket for Kamala Harris? Are you going to vote for her? Like, I find that to be concerning. I've never been a person who thinks like you have to vote for the Democratic Party. I understand the harm reduction arguments, especially in prior years, but in terms of like harm reduction arguments, it's like the candidate has to win your vote. They have to earn your vote. That is democracy. That is how democracy works. Okay? We need to call it something different if that's not how democracy works. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? What's the point of even theoretically claiming we are a democracy if you're just going to constantly hyper-focus and clue in on like an ever-shrinking group of like rights for a group of marginalized people that consistently gets smaller and smaller. Last election cycle, it was immigration, right? Oh, dude, you want fucking immigrants to be murdered? Like, that's crazy. I can't believe that you don't want to vote for the Democratic Party. And at that point, Joe Biden was at odds with Trump's immigration policy. Now, that time has passed. It's long gone. 4 years of Joe Biden, he actually adopted Trump's 2020 immigration policies, literally, and tried to push a bill for it. Okay? He did. And now people can't say, oh, you don't care about immigrants no more. So they say, what about trans people? I guess you just don't want I guess you are voting. I guess you don't care about trans people. That's why you're not voting for the Democratic Party. And it's like, dude, how many times are you going to play this fucking song and dance? Okay. Yeah, man, the tiny minority that are, let me check, women. Yeah, my bad. Such a tiny minority for me to try and look out for. Man, suck my fucking dick, okay? Yeah, man. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You're literally doing this dumb shit right now as I'm in the process of talking about this shit. Like 4 years of a fucking Democratic leadership and women's rights were fucking cratered in the process, okay? The fuck do you mean? Like, what commitment do you have to women at all? And I'm not even talking about just like women in Gaza, which are being fucking slaughtered with our endless support for an apartheid state, okay? The fuck are you talking about? I hate this fucking argument. I don't want to blast a lot of like young people who are, or even old people who are firmly committed to the Democratic Party right now, but you are fucking begging for it if you come in here with this fucking energy, okay? Like the idea that like this community or myself don't care about fucking women's rights. The fuck have you done, dumbass? We've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for specific groups in red states that work with women, like underprivileged women that desperately need medical procedures such as abortion. And you're in here being like, then that happened under a Democratic leadership, by the way. God damn. I'm not out here saying vote for the fucking Republicans. I would never say that. That's dumb as fuck. I'm simply saying that the Democratic Party's posture changes year over year, and the ratchet effect is very real, and it's directly a consequence of this two-party duopoly, where one party consistently capitulates to the right-wing framing on issues, and the other party keeps pushing the needle further and further right, regressing people's individual liberties. And you're left with a smaller margin of issues that you can say is different than the Republicans. Anyway. Well, tough for you because I live in Wisconsin, so should I just not vote for Kamala? Did I say that? I said vote for whoever the fuck you want, as long as it's not Donald Trump, okay? Suck my fucking dick. You can hate it, but if you want to try and tell me there's zero consequences for women if Donald Trump gets elected, yeah, nice one. You're arguing with someone who is not, like you're shadow boxing with someone, okay? You're not arguing against my positions. If you want to vote for Kamala Harris, go vote. Vote illegally, okay? Vote 10 times, 20 times if you want to. I don't give a shit. Like, what are you talking about? You just want a fucking argument to feel good. You want someone to tell you you're a good boy or a good girl or a good MB for going out and doing your civic duty. That's what you want. You want to feel good about your vote. And I'm not going to fucking sit here and lie to you. So that pisses you off. It's the same dynamic since 2016 and far before 2016 as well. Okay? It's always the same shit. It's not your vote and your confidence in the Democratic leadership is not sufficient. Okay? It's not sufficient enough. I'm over here abiding by a very obvious democratic principle, okay? Which is that your elected representatives need to earn your vote. If they simply rely on the aesthetics or if they simply rely on harm reduction arguments, as the Democratic Party does all the fucking time, they are not going to garner enough support to actually eke out an electoral college win. This happened in fucking 2016. This literally happened in 2016. That's not how most people vote. at the end of the day, no matter how dumb the median voter is, the average American still votes on vibes for the most part, but they also want to vote for something. The only way that you can actually get a commitment, a firm commitment to go out and vote in a country where it is literally as difficult as physically possible, like the process is completely fucking made difficult in an effort to ensure that people don't go and fucking vote. You're over here being like, oh no, yeah, in a country where the plurality historically doesn't fucking vote, of eligible voters don't fucking vote as a consequence of the Electoral College and the way that it's designed. You're over here talking about, do you think Harris will change course on immigration? No, I don't. Joe Biden had a majority in both the House and Senate for 2 whole years and didn't protect women's reproductive rights. Yeah, I mean, Hasan, I lost the cringe argument. How would you have won it? Proceeds to argue with you. Yeah, I know. I did talk about Trump saying you never have to vote again. Sounds very fascistic to me. Sorry, I just got here. I know. He's out of control. I'm literally a gay person of color, MB, and this lib stuff won't make people like me like this lib anymore and give them awards. I wish they would understand that. It's weird to act like this and need to push this lib narrative. At least you're yelling at him. Yeah, it's just like so weird. It's so odd. Why would you make demands for more progressive politics when an election is right around the corner and they need your votes? It would be much more civil and courteous if you voted for Harris and then asked nicely. Exactly. That is unironically the argument that some of these people make. Like, they're just hysterical, too. They don't even make it like that. They make it in a hysterical way where it's like, if you don't vote for Kamala Harris, if you don't fucking offer your undying loyalty to Kamala Harris right now, that means you want women to be murdered. You want trans people to be murdered in every corner. They can't say that about immigrants, though. Notice how they can't say that about immigrants any longer? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that strange? How at least in 2020 they could say that about immigrants too, but they can't say that about immigrants no more. I wonder what happened. Oh, that's right. We all went out and we fucking voted for a dude, okay, in terms of harm reduction. And that dude turned around and was like, yo, fuck immigrants too, but democratically. Like, so you can judge Trump voters, but we can't judge non-voters. I mean, I judge all voters, okay? But I certainly will judge Trump voters because Trump voters are unironically fucking delusional, okay? What the fuck could a Biden done with the Supreme Court clown? Yeah, you're right. What could the president do? Then why are you voting? Hey, can you explain to me why you're voting for the president if they can't fucking do anything about anything? Because this is also the other side of the Democratic Party defense brigade. When they always go, yeah, actually, why do you have these expectations from the president? Why do you have any expectations of the president? Okay, then why the fuck should people vote for the president, dumbass? The fuck do you mean? Ultimately, it comes down to this. You just want to feel good that your team won. That's literally it. If your goal is not to actually get some kind of serious demands from the elected representative that you're going to go out and vote for, if you don't want any demands from them, then you just are voting to feel good. You're voting like you did your part. You're voting like you're saving the country or some shit. It's so weird. And you're yelling at someone who doesn't give a shit. Like, I'm not going to fucking be like, don't vote for Kamala Harris. It's insane. Okay. I don't care. Vote for Kamala till the cows come home. Okay. But don't fucking sit here and act like you're actually doing something revolutionary. Like you're doing something unimaginably fucking progressive when you also simultaneously turn around and go, well, What could the president do about the Supreme Court? Then why are you voting? It's set. You know, it's set in motion. Nothing we can do about it, I guess. Feel like a left-wing argument on the issue of immigration won't work as well coming from a person of color compared to the average old white dude. Unfortunately, no, that's bullshit too. Young libs know nothing but defensive voting for 8 years now. I miss being excited about voting. I mean, it's just, for most people, it's their first or their second election. By the third one, they'll know. You know? Every 4 years, we have this back and forth. That's what it is. It comes from youth. It comes from the naivete that comes along with like thinking that things will change for the better. It's fine. I like that. You know, go out, kings and queens and dempers. Okay. Being a lib in Alabama will eviscerate any hope you have in your vote. Civic duty, my asshole. Crazy that a rich white dude doesn't care about who wins law. Yeah, no. And then these lines of attack come in. It's like, yeah, that like I'm so privileged. That's why I don't care. You know, you on the other hand, you're the least privileged. You're a gay, non-binary, black person in a wheelchair, and your rights are at odds with everyone else's, and that's why you're voting for the Democratic Party, because voting for the Democratic Party is a defensive measure. No, you're right. I've never heard that before. Thank you. And you're no longer an undocumented immigrant. Once again, remember, because you were, you know, a gay, non-binary black person in a wheelchair that was also an undocumented immigrant, but you're no longer an undocumented immigrant. You're documented now because obviously fuck the immigrants. You know what I mean? I definitely have privilege, but I'm not going to act like a dick to people who want to vote, lol. I'm not being a dick to people who want to vote. I said, go vote for Kamala Harris. I am a dick to people who want to vote for Donald Trump. You're once again arguing against the position that I don't have. Okay? You kind of are. You're saying they're being naive. Well, they are. People are being naive if they think that voting for a party without getting any assurances or demanding any assurances is naive. And assuming that the party will actually do their bidding is naive. When has that happened for them? That has not. And it's not like I'm saying there's an alternative out there. There's like a fucking communist alternative that you need to vote for. I mean, I joke about PSL Andes. Tuesdays in the chat chirping till the fucking cows come home about voting for PSL all day, every day. I make jokes about that too. Okay? But if you take it super seriously and you get like really upset, then yeah, I'm going to make fun of you. Because it does stem from naivete. Anyway, let's get back to the actual issue at hand here, okay? People come into your chat and act like you haven't been against Trump and say, why are you bashing Trump voters? Yeah, that's always awesome. I mean, that's good. That's good. Those guys can be convinced, potentially. Okay? The ratio is official. 14K likes, 13K likes. Let's go. We did it. Electoral politics is a distraction to people who want real change anyway. My hackles get raised every time someone tries to use my community as a trans woman to bully others into ignoring the very real and pressing things the DNC is ignoring. Yeah. Matt Descartes, thank you for the 50 big ones. New JD Vance in 2021. We have to go to war against the idea that women don't have to have kids. He really wants to lock women up and turn them into fucking baby incubators straight up. New poll drop. Yeah. Harris has wiped out Trump's lead across 7 swing states in the latest round of the Bloomberg News Morning Consult poll. The poll found a big damn lead in Michigan, a more modest Trump lead in Pennsylvania, and close contests everywhere else. Dead heat. Every 4 years, you'll be getting a new crop of youth voting, and you'll perpetually have to explain the same busted-ass electoral system forever. Potentially. Anyway. If you don't want me, I will say this again. If you don't want me chirping about Kamala Harris, okay, or chirping about fucking